Hey everybody,
Hey everybody.
Chris and Kristy here with the Vallee team. How are y'all doing? Hope you're doing great. I know it's a challenging time. We've been having a lot of people ask us what's going on in the real estate market.
There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of news pieces, not a lot about real estate right now, but just a lot of negativity. So we just thought we'd give you a snapshot of what's actually going on in Atlanta. And when we say Atlanta, we mean Gwinnett County, all of the surrounding areas of Atlanta. We wanted to show you what's actually going on in real estate to show you that in that arena, things aren't as bad as you might think.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go through a couple of charts and some data. Chris can tell you a little bit more about where this information comes from.
Oh, so there's two MLS systems that agents use when they list a home. We actually subscribe to both Georgia MLS and FMLS, but some agents may only use one or the other. It's a preference type thing. But a lot of them use both. So the data is a little bit different in each of the MLSs, but we decided to pull data from both so that we could show you a full picture of what's going on.
Absolutely. So on the left side of my screen is this week in real estate. So Chris and I keep an eye on the numbers. It's very interesting for us because we're in the business, but it's also very telling for what's going on in the market. So the last 7 days is let's see, under market watch here on the left, and it tells us all the different categories in the MLS and what has happened over the last 7 days. So we've had roughly 2,200 new listings, and we've had 749 come back on the market. That back on the market status is properties that were under contract and the contracts did not work out, and so now they're back on the market as active. We are seeing that some buyers are skittish right now with everything that's going on, and they may not have jobs. So if they've lost their job, they're not moving forward with contracts that they're on.
But still, 749 is not a huge number.
No, those properties are coming back on the market as available properties to the buyer pool. We had almost 1,200 properties have price decreases. That is a big number. It's a lot of price decreases.
And we have seen a lot of that lately. When we say price decreases, we mean anywhere from $1,000 price decrease to a $5,000 price decrease. We're not seeing like crazy price decreases, but people whose houses are sitting on the market, they are doing price decreases to try to get more buyers in their home right now.
And then price increases are happening.
It's a low number, it's 365, and sometimes when people list a home in the MLS, they might put the wrong price and then they go in there and edit it and change the price and it'll show as a price increase. Or sometimes builders do price increases like in the spring or summer as their construction costs go up, so there could be some new construction listings that had price increases, but overall it's a low number.
And so pending, that category tells us what is currently under contract this week, how many homes went under contract this week. And so we're almost at 1,800 homes that went under contract.
So we have 2,200 new listings and we have almost 1,800 under contracts.
So the buyer pool is still strong. There are still people out there looking for homes in the last 7 days. That number proves that. We did have sellers put their homes on hold.
That's actually like a newer feature, I believe, so that if somebody wanted to not take their home off the market, but just place it on a temporary hold, that's a new category, and it's 239. So it's a low number, but it is a number. There are people deciding to hold on their listing right now.
So if they're holding or withdrawing, a lot of those people are making safety decisions.
Yeah, but if you
to not have people come through their homes.
If you add both of those up, that's less than 600 houses withdrew or placed on hold. Might sound like a large number, but it's a small number.
So then what's interesting is the number of homes we've closed in the last 7 days is almost equal to the number of homes that we've listed.
If you look at the top at new listings and then you look here at close, you are almost to the T. 2,240 closings.
Expireds are properties that never sold on the market. They just, for some reason or another, they were either overpriced, they have something wrong with them.
Bad photos.
some reason why the buyers did not choose to buy those properties.
No backyard or on a huge hill, whatever reason.
And then active under contract is also a new category for us in the MLS. That category is every property that went under contract, but it's still in a due diligence period or a contingency. So those properties are under contract, but they could easily fall back into that back on market category if the buyer chooses from an inspection or for other reasons to back out of the agreement. We did have 791 new actives
under contract. And normally those majority are going to move to the pending category. So we almost could add those together, but Kristy and I are going to be watching that category to see if people going under contract make it into the pending status and headed towards closing, or are they more skittish and backing out more due to what's going on. So we'll watch that number.
And then our coming soon number, we have 148 coming soon listings. So a lot of agents are using that right now to pre-market their homes before
they go on the market.
Yes.
So that we can see something coming up and try to get our clients in front of it, because before this whole Corona thing, if a house went on a market one day and it's in a hot area, it could get 6 offers and go under contract within a day or two. So the coming soon feature kind of gives everybody a little peek at what an agent has going on in different areas when they have a listing coming up.
And then our other system is what has, the Georgia MLS has the 1-year data. So we're going to switch over and look at that. The 1-year data, which we pulled previously, this tells you in March of this year, we had...
It'll only show 12 months at a time, so we backed it up to get to show March of last year, and we wrote those numbers down, but we're going to show you we're going to tell you March of last year, and we're going to show you March of this year.
So our other system told us how many new listings we had. This system tells in this particular MLS how many total listings we have. So in Georgia MLS, it is going to be more than FMLS because just more people use it.
And you're actually able to see the whole year, even though we're talking about March, you're going to see to February, or excuse me, to April of last year.
So currently, right now, we have almost 30 or a little over 34,000 listings on the market. Out of those, new ones for the market is 12,754. So that gap in between the new listings and the remaining inventory are listings that were
they're not new anymore
to the market previous to March.
Right. They're still on the market. They weren't listed in March, but they're just still on the market. They were listed in February or January, that type of thing.
And then our sales for March reported right now are 8,386. And when we went back and looked at last year's sales in March, we were at 8,703. So we had 300 less sales in 2020 than we did in 2019. But our inventory numbers were almost 3,000 less inventory on the market.
There were 37,350 in March 2019, and then hover over March 2020.
Yeah,
34,272. So there was 3,000 less homes for sale.
So that's just to give you an idea. When we have less inventory, naturally we're going to have less sales. We're not overly concerned about the market showing 300 less sales from last year to this year.
It's a normal number. You can look at the chart and it shows you every month for the last 12 months. It's been averaging right around the same thing. There was a little bit of a dip in December, which is normal, and then it was pacing back up in March. So we're going to be watching April with all of the shutdown stuff and see how April turns out.
We are expecting there to be lower inventory levels for April and probably most likely some lower sales, but overall we're looking at the data and it's looking very positive.
And regardless if the numbers go down or go up or stay the same or flatline, whenever all of this starts to pass and the whole health curve starts to flatten and they release us back to the world, all these numbers are going to pick right back up again because everybody's going to be waiting to get back to normal life.
Yeah, historically we are hearing
Just jumping. Go ahead.
I don't know.
We don't know. We just jumped back and forth real quick. We just saw ourselves and it was jittery.
So historically, and what the economics specialists are saying is that by third quarter, the housing market will be returning to normal, if not better than normal, because we'll be doing more business in the third quarter to make up for second quarter.
For any
lags.
lost business during the second quarter.
So one thing that we looked at that we thought was super interesting is our 5-year historic sales. And this one comes out of FMLS and it's very seasonal. You can tell that our market is seasonal looking at this chart by month on the number of sales. Obviously, a lot of people don't want to move in January. So you're going to see a low number for January and it creeps up for the springtime. And then you have a small little dip, which in April, May is probably spring break, vacations, people getting out of school. Then you have a huge influx of sales.
You have your big summer listing season.
June, July, and we start coming back down in August. And I will say August is, people don't realize it, but August is usually typically one of our slower
People
months.
try to ask us, is December our slowest month, but December and January, but it's actually kind of a building time. The downtime is kind of like around August.
For us in our business over the last several years, we've noticed August is our slower month. And then you have people that are not going to move during the holidays. And then you have some serious people that are going to move during the holidays. And so sales do spike up in December. So listing your home around the holidays is really not a bad idea.
Yeah. And I don't know if you can see the colors good, but the lowest year was the dark green on the bottom, and it's 2014. But if you look at recent ones, 2019, 2018, they're at the top there. So we were humming along every year. So it's going to be interesting to see what 2020's line is compared to all these lines once 2020 plays out. But we're looking forward to helping that curve. So
we're keeping our eye on the market. If you have questions about the market or about your house specifically, we are happy to look at the numbers with you and show you what's going on.
We will do a Zoom call with you. We don't need to come out to your house.
That's true.
And we're not trying to list your house right now. Whatever your comfort level is, we're just looking to have conversations and give you real data and let you know what's going on in the market real time.
So if you know where to reach us if you have any questions, and we will look forward to talking to you soon.
Bye.